out there. Guess what? I keep telling you guys I learn new stuff all the time, even at 60. I learned how to put my own thumbnail in place instead of letting YouTube do it. I didn't know how to do that till tonight. See, some people, I'm telling you, people, we all are ignorant to certain subjects. It's not a put down to say somebody's ignorant of a subject. But if you say, man, you're ignorant about that oh, buddy, you will piss people off. You will piss people off. But it's the truth, man. If you don't know something about a subject and you ain't up on it and you don't, I mean, like, I'll tell you what, people, I used to be up on NASCAR big time. Dale Jarrett car 88 racing the damn UPS truck, the whole 9 yards. That was my driver. I could tell you all kinds of shit about NASCAR. Today, I couldn't tell you shit. I could tell you the little bit of shit I remember. I couldn't even tell you what regulations have changed since Dale Jarrett drove the UPS brown car. Uh, there's other stuff like sewing. I'm completely ignorant about sewing. I know how to take a needle and thread and run through some fabric, but God willing, I never have to make my own clothes. Uh, there's many subjects we're all ignorant about, folks. And the sad thing is I did back 20 years ago when I went to college. I went to college and got a visual communications degree, a degree, building web pages, doing graphics design, commercials, videos, and stuff. People, the first 6 months I went, I didn't even know how to turn a computer on. I was doing computer repair and networking, and I went through this for 6 months. I was hammering to this shit. I was learning new shit. I was loving it, and still running my house painting business. And but they told me I was going to have to continue to keep going to school to keep up with all the new shit that would be coming out over the. I mean, hell, they said it only take about two to 6 months, and everything that was being used at that time was now outdated. I was like, well, I don't want to keep going to school. This was just to make a point to my daughter to go to college. And I was 40, 38. But anyway, I was going to school with 18, 19, 20-year olds, and I was 38. And they all grew up using computers, every one of them. When I'd look at them and ask them a question, I go, "Are you serious? You're in college?" But anyway, folks, I did learn a new thing tonight on how to make my own icon or thumbnail. I mean, for my videos. So that shit's gonna change from this point on. I'm sick of looking at this mug on all my videos. I swear I've got to change this. I'm tired of looking at me. But now let's get to the point. In my title, I owe my soul to the company store. If you guys, I know that's an old song. You guys probably would, most of you don't even know it. But I'm sure if you type that into your search engine, starts with a G, you will find that song. And that song is a fact. Now, I know you people don't understand that you think Target is owned by somebody, and you think Walmart is owned by somebody, and you think all these damn stores, Giant Eagle, hell, I don't go to them. What are they? Macy's, all these stores. I don't care what store they are. Yeah, there's some mom and pop shops, your restaurants, and your little bars and stuff like that that are not corporate owned. But all these corporate owned businesses, people, are basically owned, excuse me, by the government, by the people behind the government. Not the government. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. But the government are the puppets that they put in your face. But all these stores, it doesn't matter, folks. You're paid with a promissory note. It is not currency. It's an illusion. It's not backed by gold, silver, oil, or nothing. It's backed by debt. It has no value to anybody other than them. And if you don't know who they are, or them that I speak of, I can't go that far back. But the 4th of July, people, just like in that video or that live stream I did last night, it took them a while before they even let you guys see it. Because I went on my other 2 channels and tried to find it, and I could not find it. Even if I went to my Watachi Running Free channel and looked in the videos, it was not there on my other channels. Now, I could come back to my Watachi Running Free channel and I could find it in there. I could see it in there and I could play it in there. But you couldn't see it or play it from another channel, or none of mine anyway. So I didn't even know what was going on. I thought they was going to shut it down, but they ended up letting it go through. And that's the Reunification Day video, if you're interested. But, 4th of July, do you even though they know the 4th of July, the reason why you guys all celebrated Independence Day for the Republic of the United States of America, our Constitution was put in place, or silver, or the, what do they call that? Bill of Rights was put into place. Do you think they're going to, the people that own all these stores, the company store people, do you think they're going to tell you that you lost your republic before the Civil War? The fact that you even celebrate the 4th of July and Independence Day was gone before any of us was even born. The Republic didn't make it 80 years. And they turned it into a democracy, which you all brag about. Do you think they're going to tell you that you are a conquered state and lose all the money they lose from you guys celebrating Independence Day, that you don't even call yourselves a republic anymore? You call yourselves a democracy. They changed the words on you and you went along with it, and you're still a conquered country, and you're still celebrating the 4th of July. If they told you and made you believe you was a conquered country, look at the billions of dollars they would not make on it, all the holidays, the trillions of dollars they would not make on all the holidays, Memorial Weekend, 4th of July, on just those two. All the stores are owned. All the gas stations, restaurants, everything is owned by the same 6, I think it is, families. That's why I say you people don't get money, you don't get currency, you don't get gold, silver, you get a promissory note that you can take down and spend at the company store. And they'll even give you credit. If you really need some stuff like a car, a house, stuff like that, they'll give you some credit. Now you owe your you owe your soul to the company store then. And I'm going to prove this to you right now. 4th of July, what's the most important thing you have to have for the 4th of July? Anybody? You're right. Beer. That's number 1, right off the top. Then number 2, you gotta buy your food and your drinks and the snacks and grills and charcoal and wood and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the way through it. And then you run into problems because so many people have bought everything up. Like my wife, we're wanting to smoke a hunk of beef tomorrow. And she had to go to a couple different places just to find charcoal and wood chips. Because everything was off the shelves. Like toilet paper and all that stuff last year, hand and wipes, and we can't leave that shit on the shelves. But it was all gone. Number 3, what do people travel, go camping, boating, gambling in Vegas or other places, many other places. And there's a lot of things people do, whether it's go to Disneyland or Disney World, Six Flags, whatever, any one of those places, whatever, travel. But number 4 has to be ice. You got to have ice, Number 5, fuel. You got to have fuel. You're going to drive to your buddy's house to go have a cookout, or people's coming to your house. Everybody's got to have fuel, Motels, hotels, what are they, BRBs, or I don't know what they call that, bed and breakfast, or you can rent somebody's house or something, BRB, or I don't know that shit. That stuff. Bars and restaurants, people don't spend tons of money in there. Clothing, footwear, but swimming suits, shorts, whatever, flip-flops. Unless you're going skiing, I don't know where you would do that in this country right now. But there are holidays you could do that on. Toys for holidays coming up. Man, I'm going to get me a new car. We're going to take a trip. Buy me a new motorcycle. Go take a big ride for the 4th of July weekend. Buy things like beer pong games, one of them games, what do they call that damn game where hell, I don't know what it's called, but they set up some wood with holes in it and throw some bag through it, a little bag through it. I can't remember what it's called. You guys know what I'm talking about. Or toys like yard darts, all toys. What do you mean, what's yard darts? You guys don't know what yard darts are? That's right. You guys are those soft kids. We were kids, people. I don't know if you guys know it. We had yard darts. It consisted of 6 darts. And I ain't talking about no little sucker that you throw at a dartboard. I'm talking about something about like this long with a handle on it, wings coming off of it, and a big old sharp or point. Metal, steel or not? It wasn't steel. It could have been aluminum, probably just metal. You would take these. There was 2 hoops that came with it. It was like kind of like horseshoes, similar. It came with these 2 loops, just like a circle that they straight, but you could bend them around, hook them together, and they turned into a circle. And you'd stand off, I don't know how far apart from each other, but pretty good distance because you could throw one of them damn darts. You could kill somebody with one of them damn darts, people. If you don't know what a yard dart is, that's why we're tough. We didn't wear helmets when we rode bicycles, and we threw yard darts for a game. But they'd be so far apart, and you'd take and swing that damn dart up in there and try to get it to come down inside the circle where the other people were standing. And we didn't have to wear seatbelts in the car either, people. I slept up in the back window for thousands of miles going across this country, standing in a seat, front seat. So that's the kind of toys we had back then. That was just me going off on a rant. But these are all money, folks. All money. Billions, probably trillions of dollars that they make over 4th of July weekend. That your republic was gone before the 1800s rolled across. Or, well, it wasn't completely gone by then, but the republic was gone by about 1840. 1840, republic was gone. As soon as the Civil War started, your Constitution, because they put everything went into martial law, your Constitution was taken down, people. And they never gave it back. Right at the end of the Civil War, the Act of 1871, basically about 50-year period, you went from a republic with a constitution, you changed into a democracy with a Federal Reserve and a Ponzi scheme for currency based off of debt. I know this is hard to take in, people, but it's a fact. Walmart, now, let's start with the post office. The post office is considered federal property. But if you ask the post office, and I worked for them for many years, they claim to be a private organization. They claim that they make all of their money off of selling stamps. But if that be true, then they wouldn't need the $16 million or $16 billion they get from the federal government every year. That makes them federal property and under federal control. $16 billion a year the post office gets, folks. Walmart gets like $26 billion a year from federal taxpayers. Did you know that, folks? Bet you didn't. That puts Walmart in the same boat as the post office. But for some reason, Walmart is exempt from federal funding, making them government property. You explain it to me, folks. This is your world, not mine. People that my thumbnail, that's $12,000 stacked up in $100 bills. I took that picture. I sold my motor home, and I told the guy, nah, I ain't taking no checks. I want cash in my hand. And he stacked them I think it was 126 $100 bills in my hand to pay me for my motor home. This motor home, folks, I worked for a company called Camping World in Greenwood, Indiana. They hired me because I had a CDL. I could drive their big motor homes. I could haul their big fifth wheels and stuff back and forth to shows, and I could deliver and pick up. So they hired me as a driver. I did a lot more than that. But I found this motor home, man, that somebody, and it was a 1998 motor home. This was just, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. But they had this old motor home sitting out in this parking lot, man, and out in the back. Nobody ever looked at it, talked about it or anything. And I walked up in it and was checking it out, and it pretty much gutted. The whole inside was gutted, where somebody had started rebuilding this thing, and they had rewired it, they replumbed it, they did all kinds of work to it. But I think they got so far in, and it was getting expensive on them, so they used it as a trade in and just bought a new one. But it didn't have a couch in it, didn't have a bed in it, didn't have it had the driver's seats and stuff like that in it. And but when I first started looking at this thing, because it was a 1998, it had a 454 Chevrolet motor in it. Had 12,000 miles on it, folks. The generator was one of these top of lines. I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an O, Orin, something like that. But it had less than 250 hours on this generator. So I jumped up in this thing. I worked on the lot. I just jumped up in it, checked it out, went and got the keys, come back. Put this thing now, I'd done been here for a while. And this camper ain't even been started in many. I'd been there for months, and it hadn't been started since I was there. I jumped up in that thing, hit the key, put the key in it, hit it, motor fired right up, just boom, just smooth, run everything working. Went back, fired up the generator fired right up, smooth, everything working good on it, lit up everything. I was like, wait a minute here, They had a damn sign inside it. They wanted like $13,000 for it the way it said. It's 33 foot long, full shower, full bathroom in it, with the full stand up shower, everything, And I worked on them. I worked for the place for a while, but I kept working on them, and I got them down. It was 13-9. It came down to, I think, 7. And then all of a sudden, they was telling me, man, we got a bunch of campers now. Like I said, this was in Greenwood, Indiana. They said we got a bunch of campers. We got to get over to an auction in Ohio. So here's a list. Just start hauling them over there. So I did. I started. If I had trucks and stuff to pull the trailers. If I had to drive a motor home, we got somebody else to follow me pulling something, get me back, whatever. And this motor home came up that was going over to the auction. So I went to him and I told him, I said, look, that damn camper ain't worth $7,000. I said, you're going to take this thing over here to that auction. Somebody's going to slap a $2,000 or $3,000 bid on it. They're going to buy it for cheap. I said, I'll give you $4,000 for it right now, cash money, and drive it out of here. Said, oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to send it over to the auction. So I was pissed by that time. So they told me to drive it over to the auction. It's about a 200-mile trip where this auction was. So I started driving it over there, man. I was mad too, buddy. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to run this thing hard. I run that thing up 95 and 100 mile an hour. Rode so smooth, motor running good. Shit, I was pushing it, man. I was pissed. I wanted to blow that damn motor is what I wanted to do. Be honest with you. That thing ran so good all the way over there, I was pissed. Left it. About 4 weeks later, we're going back to pick up the trailers that didn't sell in the auction. Guess what's sitting there? They tell me to pick that thing up and bring it back. So I drive it back. I brought it back to the yard. I went in and told them again. I said, I'll give you $4,000 for it right now. They're going, no, we'll come down to maybe $6,000. So whatever, man, whatever. I ain't going to play with you guys no more. $4,000, and I walked away. They come back to me in a little bit and said, all right, man, go get the $4,000. You can have it. I went, me and my wife went and got the $4,000 and came back, gave it to them, drove the damn thing home. I then spent about $2,500 put all brand new carpet in it. Some of the flooring was already done in it. They didn't put new carpet in it. Put new carpet in it, painted all the cabinets, fixed a ceiling that was damaged on it, I went through this thing, put a brand new $800 some queen size mattress in the bed. I mean, this thing looked nice. I got pictures if you guys are interested, but it was nice, man. We drove it. We spent about 9 months out on the road. Ran down, seen my mom and dad in Alabama, and stayed down there for a couple of months and stuff. We spent about, like I said, about 9 months in it. And we got back. My wife said, I'll never get back in it again, so you might as well get rid of it. So we had about 6,500 in it. And we used it. We had it for about a year and a half. Sold the damn thing for $12,000 cash, man. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. That's what the money shot is on my thumbnail, guys. That $12,000 I got for that camper. Anyway, guys, man, I don't know how to get you guys to understand. If we never do nothing about it, folks, your kids' kids are gonna be celebrating the 4th of July, and we're gonna be under some kind of dictatorship, or I don't even know what we're gonna be under. We're already under it now. All these fireworks and stuff going off out here, all that money you guys spend on that. You just keep them going. If they didn't have money, they couldn't keep going any more than you can. But you keep giving your hard-earned money to the people that are destroying your country and your life. You keep giving it to them. I don't know what to tell you guys. I do know this. God loves us all, guys. And I love you too. Sometimes you got to be mean, tough, and rough to get the truth in your heads, but that's all it is, folks. I still love you. Make no mistake, the only way out of this is through Jesus Christ, and you better have him in your heart. For without him, you won't even have the knowledge to understand what they're doing to you. May God bless us all, you. Till next time.